If you had MAGA Civil War over Ghislaine Maxwell on your 2025 bingo card, you win a lifetime supply of bleach or something. I don't know what to tell you because it is not something I had on my bingo card. And Donald Trump is now, for the time being, refusing to rule out a pardon for Ghislaine Maxwell. We'll get to that later. She's the convicted sex trafficker who helped Jeffrey Epstein abuse his victims. That Ghislaine Maxwell, when Trump was asked about pardoning her, he simply said, I'm allowed to do it, which is not a denial that he's planning to do it. We're going to get back to that a little bit later. But this is causing a real problem for Trump right now. And the blowback is starting to come from within MAGA. Even a guy with MAGA in his name, MAGA Mike Johnson, the current Republican Speaker of the House, he is saying not only would she not really be correctly released from prison, she should be in prison for life, not the 20 years that she was sentenced to. Life in prison would be the appropriate punishment for Ghislaine Maxwell. So this is not a vague distancing. This continues to be the sort of bubbling of the MAGA civil war that we are seeing over this issue. And I'll be completely frank, I would not have predicted that this was going to be what rips MAGA apart. So let's go to MAGA Mike Johnson on MSNBC, where he was asked about this, and here's what he had to say.
If you're asking my opinion, I think 20 years was a pittance. I think she should have a life sentence at least. I mean, think of all these unspeakable crimes. And as you noted earlier, probably 1,000 victims. I mean, it's hard to put into words how evil this was, and that she orchestrated it and was a big part of it. At least under the criminal sanction, I think is an unforgivable thing. So, again, not my decision, but I have great pause about that, as any reasonable person would.
So that is not a vague distancing. That's like a moral sledgehammer from Mike Johnson, who's usually kind of attached to Trump at the hip, like a toddler to an iPad. Not my toddler, but you go to restaurants, you see these toddlers on the iPads. And it's not just MAGA Mike Johnson. We also have Congressman Thomas Massey, who is not really a MAGA guy. He's a Republican. He's not as much of a MAGA guy, more of a fiscal conservative, we might say. He also said that if Maxwell has information, she should testify, but did not back a pardon. And so you've got these cracks forming in the dam. Some of them are being exposed on national TV. And you've got to recognize that Trump's playing a very dangerous game here.